everyone, and welcome to Shawnee Mission West, where tonight the Lady Vikings will take on the Lady Cougars. Now, love is in the air, February 14th, Valentine's Day, and we thank you for the ones who chose to avoid the $200 dinner bill and chose to spend with Trevor and I here tonight to give you some great basketball on February 14th. So Trevor, how do you think this game's going to go?
No, I think this is going to be a great matchup. Two of the powerhouses in Shawnee, Mississippi. Should turn out to be a great game.
I totally agree, as the West and Northwest teams are very similar. They both have the big man they like to center around, and Northwest and Kennedy Taylor, and West and Tatum Gray. But they also have great guard play, as Northwest has had 5 or 6 players that have led the team in scoring throughout the year. So if there's no way you're going to stop down Northwest, all you're doing is going to slow them down.
No, Samaya has just been killing it this year. She scores multiple points every game. As a freshman, it just came in and killed it. I mean, on and off the court, she gets it done. She played in the Junior NBA Championship this year and plays with a very good summer team. She's the best passer of one of the girls that I've ever seen. She works the ball around, gets everybody involved, just really knows how to put it all together. And now with Tatum Gray, she's the big man for the Shawnee Mission Vikings. She works great down low, one of the best post players in Sunflower. Really gets it done on both sides, offense and defense. Whenever the ball goes up, there's a chance she's getting the rebound. She keeps the ball high, very strong down low, gets it done in the classroom. It's an all-around great player. And next up is CC Carter. Coming on strong this year, has had a great year this year. Started every game so far. Can shoot it outside, but also is very dominant inside, even though she's not the tallest. I mean, she gets it down all around the court. Great person off the court. I mean, always has a smile on her face and is always there.
As you see here, the cornerstone of this Northwest team, number 21, Kennedy Taylor, a junior for Northwest, as she has spent time on varsity all 3 of her years. And what she is really good at is just taking control of the game. She's really expanded her shot from last year just being a post presence to being able to go on the outside this year. So you have to guard her wherever she is on the court, and she just makes it really easy for the ball to move around and for our guards to get good, clean, open shots. As our next highlighted player is our senior captain, Molly Elfring. With Molly, this is her first year on varsity, and as I like to describe her, she works in from the inside out. She loves the mid-range shot and the close range, but she has also been known to let it fly from 3. She has great character on and off the court, and she is just an all-around the leader of this Cougars team. Here you have sophomore superstar Tamara Harris-Webster. Tamara gave us solid minutes on varsity last year, but this year she has started, I believe, every game. She is what I like to describe as a stretch 5. She can give you your post presence, but you also have to worry about her on the edge of the court. I went to elementary school with her, great character on and off the court, a player to watch for tonight and the rest of her high school career. So Trevor, tonight, if I'm a fan watching this game, what are you going to tell me to look out for in the early minutes?
You know, I got to go back to Samaya. I mean, she's really just one of the most fun players to watch in all the league. I mean, coming in as a freshman, she just has completely dominated the game on both sides of the ball. I mean, she can pass, she can shoot, I mean, everything.
I like that viewpoint. If I'm a fan, I'm definitely looking out for her with her junior NBA experience. And if I'm a Northwest Cougar fan, I'm watching for what I've watched all year. Very fast gameplay and jumping out on teams early. We have a multitude of guards. We're one of the deepest teams in the Shawnee Mission School District. And as I said before, with all the separate girls being leading scorers on the Cougars, there is no stopping the Cougars. There is only slowing them down.
I mean, I don't know about you, Michael, but I'm excited for this win.
I would be too, Trevor. Two of the strongest teams, maybe the two strongest teams in the Sunflower League or 6A. These teams are just very strong, as I said before, and all around are good in the post, on the outside of the post. As we have the cheerleaders for both schools coming out to the court.
If you look at both lineups, I mean, there's not really a weak spot. I mean, up and down, you got playmakers on each side.
Activity programs.
As both team has pretty good height on each team. As Northwest main heights would be Kennedy Taylor and Tamara Harris Webster. The Lady Vikings are going to be a little bit taller with Aiden Moxis at 6'3". But it's going to be really hard for West to slow down the speedy guard play of the Cougars.
Agreed. Shawnee Mission West has a lot of height, which can help and also hurt them speed-wise. It should be one of the best
sophomore Sage Ramses. And for your Vikings, number 21, a 6-foot freshman, Samaya Nichols. For the Cougars, number 11, a 5'7" junior, Kylie Dunn. For the Vikings, number 22, a 5'7" junior, C.C. Carter. For the Cougars, number 12, a 5'9" senior, Molly Elfrink. For Shawnee Mission West, number 23, a 6'2" sophomore, Tayden Gray. For Northwest, number 20, a 6-foot sophomore, Tamara Harris Webster. For the Vikings, number 30, a 5'7" senior, Kiera Prim. Finally, for the Cougars, number 21, a 6'2" junior, Kennedy Taylor. And for your Vikings, number 54, a 6'3" junior, Aiden Moxness. The Cougars are assisted by B.J. Dunbar, Elisa Ojeda, Julius Dunn, Brooklyn Wagler, with head coach Tyler Stewart. Shawnee Mission West is assisted by Austin Clumpy, Drew Williams, and Kendra Cooper. The head coach of your Vikings is Mr. Mark Rabbit.
So as a starting lineup there, multiple players on each team ranked top 10 in 6A state for assists, for steals. As sophomore Sage Grampus is averaging approximately 5 steals a game right now, giving her the #1 spot in the state of Kansas for assists, but not with Samaya Nicholas, not far behind, tied for 4th, and followed by Kylie Dunn and Tamara Harris Webster. 4 players on this court tonight will be in the top 10 in the state of Kansas for assists. That just shows that the ball movement is fluent around both teams and that a lot of points will be scored for each team.
Yeah, you know, Mark Rabbit, the coach of the Shawnee Mission West girls basketball team, back for his first year. Coached here previously. I mean, he just gets it done every single year.
As Coach Stewart, to talk to some of his character, is building somewhat of a dynasty here with the phrase that we don't rebuild, we reload. As the tip-off right there will go to Northwest, brought up by sophomore Sage Grampus here. As Kennedy Taylor's go-to move, the little spit around there on junior Aiden Moxtis, she'll draw the foul.
Viking fouls number 54, Aiden Moxtis, that's your first on the team.
As that's going to bring Kennedy Taylor to the line. A pretty good free-throw shooter on the year as she misses that one, but definitely not where I believe she'd want to be.
And the second one goes through.
As Northwest will hop out to a 1-point lead here. As it's a pretty good crowd here tonight for both teams, but people will watch this great game and then be followed up by another great game with the boys coming on.
Shawnee Mission West seems to be trying to feed the ball down inside, late to the Aiden Moxness.
As West definitely has the height advantage here in the game. But one thing I know Northwest is really good is shutting down the other team's big men. What's really going to be the key is have Shmaya Nicholas not get hot, because she averages 17 points a game, and that's going to be really hard to stop.
And CC Carter with the first bucket for Shawnee Mission West.
As we're going to get a travel there by Northwest, be West ball. As the Vikings are having problems establishing the post game, they're just trying to move it around.
Yep, throwing the wings first to try to get it down inside to the big one.
As Tatum Gray asserts herself, not able to get it, Aiden Moxis brings it down, which will lead to a foul. If I believe on number 3, Sage Grampus, a sophomore there, will be her first, team's first.
Cougar foul on number 3, Sage Grampus. That's her first.
That
First
foul
on the
will be
team.
on the floor, not a shooting foul.
As the game has been at a slower pace than I thought it would be at the beginning, both teams are showing that they're not just offensive, they can bring it when it comes to the defensive side of the ball.
And Kira Prim with the fadeaway.
As we're going to have a hard trip there by Kennedy, but no foul. Going to be brought up by Sage Grampus. Currently averages around 47% from the three-point line. She actually won the three-point contest in McPherson tournament, so she's dangerous from out there.
Both teams are staying very well walled up down low.
As sophomore Tamara tried to kick that out to, I believe, Kylie Dunn. It just wasn't there. As that lead to a turnover, leading to West as they'll bring it up. Very low-scoring game, 2-1. West is going to see if they can try to extend the lead they have here, see if they can get something established with their height.
Seeing great ball movement on both sides. As Kira Prim goes up with the left.
Basket by Kira Prim.
As Kira Prim, the senior there, who has lettered in each of her 4 years, is able to finish there. That's that senior mentality, being able to finish to the rim.
And the ball poked loose by Samaya Nicholas. She dribbles down quick. Goes up with a nice layup, just short.
And it's going to be a loose ball foul.
Foul number 20, Tamara Harris-Webster. That's her first, second on the team. Checking in for the Vikings, number 15, Ashlyn Henry.
As Tatum Gray's going to take it right down the lane. We're going to get a blocking foul here on Kennedy Taylor, which, as I mentioned before, in the Olathe North game last week, the reason the Lady Cougars fell was that Kennedy got 2 very early fouls and couldn't just play her aggressive self, which really closed down the lane for the Lady Cougars shooters, which a quick foul there with 4.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. I hope this is not a repeat. As Tatum Gray not able to finish there, we'll keep the West lead at 3.
Northwest is really pushing the ball down the court right as they get it inbounded.
That's going to kick out to Sage Grampus there. Not able to bury it. A tough rebound pulled there by Tatum Gray. Sage usually finishes with that. Just not able to get it in. As very disciplined, sound basketball right now by the Cougars and the Vikings. Not any mistakes being made, just two very good defensive teams.
Tatum Gray knocks down the three.
Tatum Gray.
As a three knockdown there by Tatum Gray will send their lead to 6, as we'll get a quick foul there on West.
Viking foul number 22, CC Carter, that's her first, second on the team. And for the Vikings, number 12,
As Olivia Morris, the junior, enters the game for CC.
And for the Cougars, number 22, Ella Macowitz.
As Ella Macowitz checks in for the Cougars here. Ella Macowitz, a sophomore, who didn't play much basketball at all last season, has really helped on the varsity team this year. With her mother, Christina Macowitz, one of my bosses, played at the University of Kentucky, so Ella has it in her blood, and she has led this team in scoring as a pass goes awry there. It's really been, she's been a great addition, help to this team. As it will fall to West ball after a pass got away from her.
Back in for the Vikings, number 54, Aiden Moxness. For number 12, Olivia Morris.
As Aiden Moxness
comes in for Olivia Morris.
As West has a comfortable 6-point lead right here. Not a lot of scoring on each side of the ball. As Aiden is able to establish herself before being sent back by the Great Wall of China that is Kennedy Taylor's defense. As Tamara Harris-Webster's not able to finish right there.
West pushes the ball up the court. Samaya Nichols for three, and she hits it.
Great basket by Samaya Nichols. Timeout on the floor.
As that three from Samaya Nichols will extend the West lead 10-1, and we'll call Coach Stewart to take a timeout to try to calm his team down and establish some offense.
Now, Michael, we both thought Northwest would come out to the very beginning lead, and it looks like West is prepared and ready to go this game.
The Broadmoor Bistro presents the 2020 Guest Chef Series on February 26, 6 to 9 p.m. Join Chef L's Chef de Cuisine at Alley Cat in Cleveland, Ohio, as he works with the students of Broadmoor to execute a menu on technique, execution, and presentation with global inspiration and flavors. Tickets information available at broadmorbistro.com.
Northwest brings the ball back up the court after the timeout.
As out of that timeout, let's see if the Cougars can establish some offense here.
The ball pokers by Samaya Nichols. She's been around the ball all game.
As that ball will stay with Northwest here. As they leave Sage Grampus open, and she makes them pay with a very needed three right there from Sage. If she gets going, Cougars will be just fine. That's a good rebound brought down there by Ella Macowitz. As a floater there by Sage Grampus is able to cut this Viking lead to 4.
Northwest is coming out hot after this timeout. Looks like they have switched into a 2-3 zone also.
As Coach Stewart is very good in the Shawnee School District, coming out of the timeout, he was able to settle down his team. There's a little sloppy passing there.
And a quick layup by Kira at the other end.
That's Sage Grampus, the main ball handler here for the Cougars. We'll try to get something going as Kearney's immediately double teamed as soon as she gets the ball. It will lead to a foul, I believe, on number 54, junior Aiden Moxtis.
Correction, I think that was against Ashland Henry. Ashland Henry is coming back just from being injured all of the beginning of this season. It's her third game back.
As they leave Kennedy open, she's not able to connect there with the long two, but a good rebound pulled down by Sage Grampus.
Ball poked loose by Olivia Moore, so she dribbles it up the court. Back to Samaya Nichols.
Fouls on number 21, Samaya Nichols. That's your fourth on the team.
Because I believe that's a offensive foul for the Vikings there, which will give the Northwest possession. With a minute left remaining in the first quarter here, the Vikings have a solid 6-point lead.
West pushing the ball up the court again, getting it to the primary ball handler, Samaya Nichols. As she fakes the three, dribbles in with a floater.
That's a strong rebound pull down there by Kennedy Taylor, what she's really good at and what the Cougars will need her to do all night if they want to be successful. As Kennedy is going to try the long two there again. Not a shot that I believe Coach Stewart would be wanting her to taking. But if they're going to leave her open, she has hit it before, so if she can get that going, I believe West will close that up pretty quickly. It looks like West will try to hold it for the final possession here of the quarter.
Your score after one, Shawnee Mission West 12, Shawnee Mission Northwest 6.
Shawnee Mission West is up by 6 points going into the second quarter.
As we're going to throw it now to our sideline reporter, Andrew here.
All right, here with me I have Shawnee Mission West Athletic Director Todd McAtee. Todd, how are you feeling about this game so far?
Pretty good. You know, I like the fact that we held them to 6 points in the first quarter. Also like the pace of the game. I know that was going to be a big thing for us coming out in this, was getting them up and down the floor, and so far we've been able to do that.
So this is your third year as athletic director here. What are you hoping to accomplish here, especially with basketball? And the girls are off to a really great start.
You know, really just what we're trying to accomplish with all of our sports and all of our athletic programs here, and that is help kids develop some skills and some virtues that they're going to be able to carry with them outside of high school into their adult life, things that are going to help them be successful no matter what path they choose.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Throw it back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, Andrew, for a very insightful and very educational interview from Mr. McAtee for Shawnee Mission West. As we get back to the game here, Vikings, if you are just joining us, Vikings have commanded this game pretty well, staying to a 6-point lead.
With a quick bucket by C.C. Carter.
Cici, who's sitting at a junior for West, also runs track, so she knows she has the speed along with the body control to finish that bucket.
She's really been penetrating all game so far.
As Kennedy is swarmed as she gets the ball, which will lead to a jump ball here.
The Lady Vikings seem to have a double team on her immediately after every play, as Kennedy does go down.
As Kennedy here, I can only wonder to what the problem may be. It looks like she's holding her left wrist, which is not good for the Cougars, as she will be taken out of the game here. She looks in pain a little bit. She's holding that left wrist. As she went down hard, she was swarmed as soon as she got the ball. So we're going to see what style that Coach Stewart is going to try to bring out now that Kennedy will have to sit out for a little bit. As Molly goes up there, finds nothing, is sent back by Aiden and Tatum there.
Cross-court pass to Ashton Henry. Nashville shoots the three. It's just long.
As that rebound's pulled down by Tamara, who's going to have to step up her game tonight if Kennedy is unable to return. As a three off there by Kylie Dunn.
Stays Northwest ball.
As if Kennedy Taylor is out for a substantial amount of time, this is when West will want to capitalize with their height with Aiden Moxis and Tatum Gray. I would keep them in to the game. As West has pulled Aiden Moxis, which I find pretty peculiar now that Northwest is without a post presence. As Northwest just seems having problems finding offense, West has a very swarming defense as Ella's going to get a shot off there, not able to connect. Put back up by Kylie Dunn as she's able to finish the rebound.
Bucket by Kylie Dunn.
Shawnee Mission West slowing down the tempo just a little bit. Northwest back with the zone. They're starting higher and higher each drive.
As Northwest has honored the shooting capabilities of West and has brought a double team, possibly a triple team out to every shooter that gets the ball. They're laying off a little bit now. But I believe their style is going to stay aggressive because this West team is so dominant when it comes to their shooting capabilities.
And a quick layup by Samaya Nichols. As a guard, she could play anywhere on the court. Very physical.
A senior captain Molly with the ball there, looks to pass it through as it's intercepted slash traffic down on Truce there.
As I believe a timeout by Northwest was called.
There's a little confusion here.
Timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout. Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Be sure to tune in for our next SMSD Sports broadcast when the Shawnee Mission North Indians take on the Lancers from Shawnee Mission East. Friday, February 28th. The girls' game starts at 5:30 and the boys' game follows at 7 p.m. Live from Shawnee Mission North Gymnasium. Catch all of the action. Brought to you by students from around the district. As Trevor, as you see Kennedy Taylor go out, do you think that's affected the way Northwest has played? And follow up, do you believe that's affected the way West has handled the ball?
I mean, yeah, both teams are getting, I feel like smothering almost when they get the ball, especially the best players. Kennedy has drawn a double team every time. And with Samaya and Kiera, I mean, moving to the zone really helps both, more of the Northwest Cougars out, just not having a post presence in there right now. They can just take over. As the ball is stolen by Samaya Nichols.
As West has just seemed to know what they are doing, where they are going when they get the ball every time. As the three's a little short there. As we're going to have Northwest bring it up here. Still without Kennedy Taylor. Don't know when she will return. As Kylie Dunn goes in hard there, able to draw the foul. As Kylie Dunn will be going to the free throw line, see if they can cut the Vikings lead to 6 here.
As the first free throw is knocked down.
As a person you're going to want to see that has just checked into the game for Molly Elfrink is number 30, Erica Ojeda. One of the best shooters, if not the best shooter, that this team has. She is knocked down from anywhere beyond the three-point line. She is just going to be a great added addition to this team's offense if they can give her the shots that she needs.
Cece drives in and makes it with the left hand.
As an easy basket there by junior Cece Carter. She just went to the rim with no defense. Looks like the Chiefs against the Patriots in last year's AFC Championship. Just, you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown. As it's going to be timeout Northwest here. So Trevor, what are you going to want to see out of Northwest to come back from this now deficit that has grown to 9?
I mean, with the loss of Kennedy, it's obviously going to be more tough for Northwest. The zone, when they get into a steady defense and stop the fast break for Shawnee Mission West, they seem to be slowing down the tempo and holding them better than they were man-to-man.
As West is, I believe, just going to keep doing what they're doing if Northwest will allow them to. Getting to the basket, finishing all their shots, playing very disciplined basketball. And it's going to be hard for Northwest to come back if Kennedy is not going to be a part of this game anymore.
Also, both teams swarming the ball on the post. It's hard to get it down.
As right now for Northwest, you're going to see a little bit of our smaller lineup with Sage Grampus, Tamara Harris-Webster, Kylie Dunn, Ella Makowitz, and Erica Ojeda. Definitely a shooting-dominated lineup. As Ella Makowitz gives us a shot there, Navajo connects, brought back down by the Cougars. As Ojeda's going to chuck up a shot there, not able to go in.
It's a pass out to Samaya. She brings it down court. CC
wide
with the 3.
open.
Just strong. Another rebound by Kiera Pro. And switches hands to a non-dominant one and puts it in with the right hand.
As I remember from last year's matchup between Northwest and West, Kiera Prim was a very big presence in that game, and it shows that she has not lost a step in the following year. As West is just having no problem scoring when they want to, moving the ball where they want, and getting the shots that they want.
So try to feed the first, but again, swarm.
As we're going to have a great D-test there by the sophomore Ojeda.
A very tough rebound.
I was going to get a great effort play there by Tamara Harris-Webster, but will lead to a foul on her. I believe that could have gone either way. They saw it going Tamara's way.
As I believe Kennedy is back in the game.
As Kennedy Taylor for Northwest has checked in back into this game, got her wrist taped up. And for this Cougar teams, it's not just an athletic boost, it's a morale boost that their captain has gone back in. And as immediately Kennedy steps on the court, she is already coaching her fellow teammates on what to do. You love to see it, especially in the younger players.
Carepring goes up.
As immediate impact there by Kennedy as she has taken away that easy layup. As Kylie's going to go in, she will draw another foul here.
Very physical game so far.
Very fun game to watch too, I would say, Trevor.
Agreed. Shawnee Mission Northwest cheers, just bringing the hype to the game.
You love to see it. All the synchronized dancing and everything. As Kylie Dunn, one of the best free throw shooters, if I had to compare her to another shooter in the Northwest program, I'd say Logan Skeens. She's very fundamental when it comes to free throw shooting.
As they move the ball around in this dome, it seems that they have brought Samaya into the middle. Sierra with another rebound. She's just so physical down low.
Everywhere on the court, she is for the Vikings.
Bucket by Tatum Gray.
Tatum Gray.
So I don't know if she called bank there or not, Trevor, but we're going to count it. As an answer there from Ojeda, she gets hot. She will be bringing that all game. Just a great sophomore three-shooter there, averaging one of the highest percentages on the team.
Viking foul number 22, CC Carter. That's her second, 7th of the team.
You know, sometimes they say no range, no change, but it seems like she has some range.
54, Aiden Moxness.
As that'll lead to a Northwest blocker foul by junior CC Carter. That'll bring Kylie Dunn to the line here. As the Vikings are sitting with 7 and the Cougars are sitting with 14 fouls.
Just off the back iron as Tatum Gray pulls it down.
As the Vikings here with the solid 8-point lead.
Olivia Morris lets it fly.
Let's see if the Cougars can help cut this lead with a minute 15 remaining before half. As Coach Stewart loves to do this at the end of a quarter, is just hold the ball until he gets a great shot. And Erica Jade is going to bury another one. As that's 6 quick points for her. Tatum Gray's going to work out. I believe you're going to get a foul, number 21. Kennedy Taylor. That doesn't look good. Being her second already before half.
At the line shooting for the Vikings, Tatum Gray.
I mean, Erica is just letting it fly. You talked back to the Chiefs game, how it was touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. It's 3 after 3 after 3. She is lighting it up from behind the arc.
I have to agree with you there, Trevor. And that was a great game to watch, and this, folks, is also a great game to watch. Tatum a little heavy there. Rebound brought down by Kennedy Taylor as sophomore Grampus takes it up the floor.
See, Kennedy has some wrist tape on, you know. Back in my playing day, wrist tape was always a go-to, you know. It's said to work wonders.
As it looks like the Cougars are going to hold it, see if they can get the final shot, cut this lead to single digits. We're going to get a foul on the floor, offensive foul. We'll send it West ball with 1.2 seconds on the clock
Back
here.
for the Cougars, number 22, Ella Makowitz.
And at half, it's the Shawnee West Vikings 22, the Lady Cougars 17. As what did you see in that half from both teams, and how Wes was able to kind of control the court there when Kennedy was off?
I mean, definitely a change of tempo from the Northwest Cougars, as I feel like they look more to shoot the ball rather than to get it inside to Kennedy. I mean, Erica was just lighting it up from outside when Kennedy came back in. I mean, she just opens up the floor for the whole team.
That's a great insight there by Trevor. We'll be back right after this.
they gon' know about us. They gon' know about us. Hey, they gon' know about us. They gon' know about us. Oh, they gon' know about us. They gon' know about us. Oh, they gon' know about us. They gon' know about us. Exhibit. 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 So we finna dump on them like I would be. Dump on them. Yeah, that's cool with me. No, they gon' know about us. They gon' know about us. Hey, they gon' know about us. They gon' know about us. Oh, they gon' know about us. They gon' know about us. Oh, they gon' know about us. They gon' know about us.
I was going to see a little video for the Shawnee Mission West swim team. After that great video there for Shawnee Mission West Swim and Dive, a new facility that has just opened up, a great addition to Shawnee Mission School District will be the Aquatic Center. Now, the Aquatic Center was opened with an all Shawnee Mission school meet. The schools came together and cut the red tape, you might say, on the new Aquatic Center. The regionals for the 7-Fire League was just hosted there, and I've personally been there once or twice to cover Scott Klein, the man, myth, the legend that is out of Shawnee Mission Northwest, and it is a great center to be in. I don't know if you've been there, Trevor.
I have not, but I have driven past it many times, and it looks great.
So as you see, the second half of tonight's Valentine dinner that you guys will be joining, the little lava cake dessert, will be the boys basketball game here. As you see, side closest to us, Northwest Cougars, warming up. At the side farthest, you have the dangerous West Vikings.
I mean, you were talking about that Valentine's Day dessert. I don't know about you, but I'm a big red velvet guy.
Red velvet is a great addition to any dinner, you might add. It's kind of like a great addition of these certain players such as Kennedy, Taylor, Samaya, Nicholas are to these programs. Now here at SMSD Broadcasting, we're thankful if you chose to stay in tonight to watch these great basketball games. If you couldn't make it out here to the great atmosphere that is Shawnee Mission West, it's a great atmosphere here. So if you can make it out, catch the second half of the girls game, or stay at home and watch it with us, we'll keep you entertained, Trevor and I, and we'll keep the jokes and the game rolling.
Shawnee Mission West band, you know, one of the great bands in Shawnee Mission West. Mr. Thomas just keeps it going every year. Great atmosphere here in Shawnee Mission West.
As if you had to rank your 3 key points coming out of the game for the West Vikings, what would they be?
West came out to a very hot start. You know, I would always say that Samaya, I mean, whether she does it scoring points or more of a team captain, just like Kennedy is on the court, she has just been killing the game both ways. I mean, I don't know what else to say. She's been doing everything.
I would have to agree with you there. If you're just joining us, it's 3 minutes until we get back going with the Vikings leading 22-17 over the Lady Cougars here. As this has been a great game here for the Cougars, as the Lady Cougars are coming back out of the locker room. They're going to need the performance of Kennedy Taylor and the 3 shooting of Erica Ojeda and the great guards that Northwest has to really supplement the gameplay of Kennedy and Tamara down low here for the Cougars if they want to be successful.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see this game coming down to maybe a last shot or something. I mean, there's no way either team is going to back down from this challenge, Michael.
As you can see, the great West Band section here for the Vikings, keeping the music going even when there's no game going. I'm really interested in the guy with the cowboy hat, cowboy there. I believe he likes to keep it light.
That is my man, Sean Perkins. He plays the cowbell better than anybody I know. I've heard Shawnee Mission West Band has some tricks up their sleeves for the opposing team's free throws. Maybe a rubber chicken sight.
That's some great insight there. As he's going crazy here. As we're going to throw it to the sideline right now with our sideline reporter, Andrew Braun. Let's throw it to him.
Hey guys, good to see you. The Vikings are doing really well this fourth quarter, up 22-17. They have a really good lead on the Cougars, but I think the second half is going to be a really great game. It's really picking up. The Cougars were kind of slowing down in the second quarter, but then they got some momentum going with Kennedy Taylor being absent. But I think the second half is really going to pick up. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Andrew, for that great insight right there. Some very good points that I completely agree with as the time's ticking down.
You know, so, I mean, the whole Shawnee Mission West team has just put it all together. Northwest hasn't came out to as hot of a start as I thought they would, but I'm not counting them out of this game at all. They've been killing it this whole season as they are 14-2 on the year. You know, this is anybody's game.
I would have to completely agree with you there, partner. As both teams have very solid records here, and this game may be a foreseen matchup of what the side goes to state down further in the line as the season wraps up. As West will bring the ball out here.
The court really seems to be filling up also. This game could get pretty rowdy at the end.
As the same starting 5 for both teams will be out on the court. As West is trying to establish a little presence here with Aiden Moxness, but Kennedy Taylor is keeping that locked down.
As the shot is in by Tatum. Very good shooting night so far from her.
As Sage will bring the ball down here. As I've said before, Sage Grampus leads the state with averaging 5 assists a game and just really good ball movement.
Wow. What a shot.
As the bringing back the finger roll, as 2K might say, with that shot right there by Kennedy Taylor.
She was rocking the baby to sleep with that cradle layup. Wow.
As that's going to cut the lead here for 3 for the Vikings. As Northwest has gotten back to their playing style of calm basketball.
Hayden comes up just short. Rebound by Samaya Nichols as she dribbles through the lane and puts it up. And it's knocked away, but rebounded and a hard fall by Tatum Gray.
As I believe that's going to be the 3rd foul on Kennedy Taylor.
Foul number 21, Kennedy Taylor.
Which will probably take her out of the game.
with 3 fouls again on Kennedy Taylor with a whole 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. It looks like it's going to start being a repeat of the Olathe North game. As Coach Stewart's going to keep her in now to see, because he just, frankly, you really need her.
And a wraparound call. You do not see that often, but it is a great call as her arm did help her on getting around the Northwest defender.
As that's going to give the ball back to Northwest here, see if they can tie the game up here. That's a great officiated game by the men we have here tonight. If you are interested in officiating, whether it be elementary school games, middle school, high school games, contact your local AD. I'm sure he will find a spot for you if you're interested when it comes to officiating.
That inbound throw was almost baseball-like. She just gunned it right in there.
As the Cougars here moving around, sophomore Sage Grampus.
Gives it inside to Kennedy here. She passes it out.
As Dunn not able to receive that pass from Taylor. You're going to have Molly around the lane, not able to finish. Brought down hard by Aiden Moxis.
Vikings really getting down the court fast as it goes to Kiara Primer. She passes it out and back into Tatum as it's swatted away by Kennedy.
That's some great defense there by Kennedy. That's what you're really missing when she's not on the court, with some easy layups for the Vikings, as their offense has stalled as soon as Kennedy Taylor's been out on the court. I think it's a great decision by Coach Stewart to keep Kennedy out on the court even with 3 fouls, just because she impacts the game so much.
She seems to have been coming out more this half, staying away from the post a little bit. Maybe opening up the offense.
It's really Sage open. Blocked there by Tatum Gray. Now they will finish. Put back up by Kennedy Taylor. She finishes hard there. As the fans continue to pour in to the West Coliseum.
And a very strong hit by Kiara Primer. She continues to be physical. Kiara shooting 41.5% from the field this year.
As the Cougars try to work the ball around. The dish down to Kennedy Taylor. She works on Aiden Moxis. She gets tripped up there.
Maya Nichols driving as she loses the ball, and it stays with West.
As Kennedy Taylor went down hard there, just got tripped up in her own feet. She seems to be okay.
She's getting banged up tonight.
Gonna need more of that good old magical tape. She's gonna get a push ahead ball.
The ball stolen by Tatum Gray. Driven by Cece as she gets fouled underneath, and that is Kennedy's 4th.
As that 4th foul on Kennedy. It's going to sit her down for a while with a whole 3.5 minutes remaining here in the third. I just don't know how Northwest is going to handle the lack of Kennedy Taylor. It's going to have to go to a much smaller offense and see if Tatum Gray and Aiden Moxis can be slowed down.
As Cece makes her first free throw. I mean, Northwest has lit it up from 3 tonight. I mean, who knows if they can get going again. I mean, Erica is just making it rain.
As a lot of those threes have been brought through the presence of Kennedy Taylor, and without her, it makes those shooting rates a lot shorter and smaller. As Wes has checked in Aiden Moxis again, a bigger presence than Tatum Gray. She's going to be able to bully her way down the post. as we lost you there for a little bit. We're back as the Vikings are now up by 5, 30-25 here.
As another foul was called on Northwest, I believe.
We're going to get a blocking foul there.
That's your third. Third on the team.
As Kennedy Saylor sits down on the bench for Northwest with her 4 fouls. She really wants to help in the game, but she can't really do anything as she gets that 5th. It's going to be very hard for the Cougars to win this game.
I know Aiden Moxis is a great presence outside, but against Shawnee Mission East, she knocked down 2 crucial threes, so she can play inside and out.
It's going to get some good passing here by Shawnee Mission West, moving the ball around.
As Samai controls it, it brings it back out.
Samai Nicholas is really just looking for a lane that she can move her ball into, not having any luck with the spin move.
Oh my.
Not able to finish, gets her own rebound, and is fouled on the way up there.
That is a little shake and bake Ricky Bobby style right there.
Some Cal Naughton Jr. there with a little follow up there.
Fourth on the team, at the line shooting, Samaya Nichols.
As Samai will be at the line here. Able to get the first one to fall, extends the Vikings lead to 6.
You know, a lower scoring game than I thought. I thought it'd be a real shootout so far. It's been quite quiet.
As each team has gotten to the 40s and 50s their last couple of games, the majority of the season, as each team is sitting around 30 points now. As an almost steal there by Ojeda.
Erica presses up on Kiera. Kiera passes it back out to Cece.
As Shawnee Mission West has had to seam the ball for what feels like forever, because if you haven't noticed, there is no shot clock in high school basketball.
Yet. There could be one soon.
Hopefully. As West looks like they're just going to try to dribble out this quarter, maybe hold for a possession.
Oh.
As Ella Macklis is going to trip there.
And Kiera banks it in with 4 seconds left. This place is getting loud.
As that works out for the West Vikings, being able to put up a possession and go by 8 heading into the 4th quarter. As what did you see in that quarter that may have been different from earlier for Shawnee Mission West?
I mean, Kennedy got back into foul trouble, which Northwest did not need. I mean, having her in really helped them down low. And I felt like Shawnee Mission West really dominated the boards that last quarter, which in the next quarter could really be a difference maker in the outcome of the game.
I would have to agree with that. As this 4th quarter is going to need to see more of an outside presence. I know you said this before, Northwest is an outside shooting team, but especially now with Kennedy Taylor not being there, they're going to need the threes to be falling.
I mean, I feel like Erica can get hot. And she's letting it loose, who knows?
I was going to see Sage Grampus bringing up the ball here for Northwest. As Northwest just seems a little uneasy without their junior leader here on the floor. Let's see if their senior captain, Molly Elfring, can bring that. As we're going to get a jump ball there caused by Smine Nicholas.
Lots of switches by the Shawnee Mission West Vikings on defense. Any different ball movement, they're just switching it and rolling off.
As West seems to just be trying to hold the ball and make this game go by quicker, as they know without Kennedy Taylor, this team's explosive offensiveness has dropped.
West does seem to run a high ball screen, which they've been running multiple times today. It's actually hindering take today.
As you're going to see for West here, they're just going to drill it in with Prim and Nicholas.
And a hard fadeaway by Kira.
As that was a little no-look Mahomes pass shot right there.
Wow. Great shot.
As Sage Grampus gets the 3 to go, a much-needed 3 in this effort to have a comeback. It's a little double doink there, but in a positive manner if you're a Bears fan listening.
Northwest switches into a 1-3-1 zone as Shawnee Mission West calls a timeout.
As swarming defense there by Northwest is giving West a little bit of taste of their own medicine, which causes West to take a timeout. So coming out of the break, even though this quarter hasn't been going on very long, do you think either team has an advantage right now if you take away the score deficit?
I mean, yeah, it always goes back to Kennedy. I mean, if they have her in the game, it's a difference maker for Northwest. But as of right now, Shawnee Mission Northwest is coming out hot from 3. I mean, Sage just hit 1. So, I mean, this could change really quick. It's anybody's game.
So let's see what Coach Stewart's going to go out of that timeout they forced West to take. He is one of the best coaches I've ever seen when it comes to cooking, stirring up out of the break plays. Almost Bill Self-like in that skill.
I think you meant to reference a little bit of shake and bake, as I said previously.
That crispy smell is coming back.
As Kennedy's back in the game and immediately makes an impact. As Shawnee Mission West calls another timeout.
As Kennedy Taylor with 6 minutes left, Coach Stewart realizes that without her, it's going to be very hard for them to come back. And he trusts her. She's been on varsity. She knows how to do it. She knows how to play with 4 fouls.
Yeah, I mean, close game all around. This is going to be a nail-biter. Now, Michael, what do you see from Shawnee Mission Northwest coming out of this timeout? What would you say to the girls?
I see Northwest coming out of this timeout is going to try to lay off Kennedy Taylor here, kind of tuck her away and take her out of West's eye that she's back on the court with 4 fouls. And is going to highlight more of the junior and sophomore power of Kylie Dunn and Sage Grampus, the more ball handlers on the team, to see that if they can stretch it without Kennedy Taylor. I was going to get a jumbled up. We're going to get a jump ball here.
And it should be Northwest.
Some great on-the-floor defense there. As you see, Kennedy Taylor stays out of the mess to avoid the foul.
Shawnee Mission West looks confused with the 1-3-1 coming out by Shawnee Mission Northwest so far. Let's see how they'll adapt to that.
As it's been a hard-fought game, if you're just joining us, it is Shawnee Mission West 35, Northwest 28. As Ojeda not able to put the putback back in, but that will lead to a foul here for the Cougars. As that's going to send Ojeda to the line, who on the year is a 47% free throw shooter.
As you saw in that play, they started with 4 people up at the elbow and the wings, and then ran a pick to Erica's side to get Erica open for the 3. It seems like they're trying to get her involved outside the 3-point line.
I would completely agree here. With her being such a dangerous shooter, we're going to see if she can, as she goes 2 of 2 for the free throws, as it cuts the lead to 5 here for the Vikings.
Back to the 1-3-1.
As West here is just going to hold the ball, try to take some seconds off the clock to avoid the explosiveness that is Kennedy Taylor and the swing she can bring.
And the way to really exploit a 1-3-1 is getting it over to the wing, maybe the corner, getting it inside fast so the other team doesn't have time to adapt to it.
As I've said before, and I believe Treasure agrees with me, this is why you need a shot clock, as West has held on to this ball for a very long time.
That's the rebound pulled down by Kennedy Taylor.
As Prim's 3 there, just barely off. As Kennedy's going to come down the court. Kicks it back to Grampus there. Almost a turnover, a little sloppy passing there.
The ball is fought for and stays with Northwest.
As Tamara's shot there went a little awry, not able to find the basket, but with the second effort, it'll stay with Northwest.
The ball is put in and rejected by Tatum Brown, but a foul is called.
As Kylie Dunn goes up there hard, that's the great effort you like to see. That will draw a foul, send her to the line. As Kylie Dunn on the season is a 42% free throw shooter, this Northwest team is very good when it comes to shooting free throws, and they will be needed now. Is able to swish the first one there, the nice crisp sound in the net.
As the second one is missed and rebounded by Teddy Gray.
As West here will probably go back to what they've been doing and just holding the ball before putting up a shot. As the ball will stay with West after some great defense there by Kylie Dunn and Tamara Harris-Webster.
And back to a 2-3 zone, I believe. As CC splits it and throws it back up to Samaya. Has a crossover, drives in, passes it off. Great pass.
As Aiden Moggs there is able to finish with almost no resistance, as Kennedy Taylor playing with 4 fouls could not get her 5th with still 4 minutes remaining.
Samaya with a great assist.
Sage Grams works it out for Ojeda, and Ojeda buries it like a dagger there to make it 37-34. As that brings Ojeda's points up to 9 here on the night.
This kid drives in and misses, in knocks misses block, and it's a fight for the ball.
Northwest pull down, as we're gonna get a foul here. As the refs are seeing who's on. As that'll be a foul on Shawnee Mission West, will lead to Northwest ball coming out of the timeout. So what did you see there in that little rumble in the jungle right there, and what can you tell us that you saw?
Shawnee Mission West isn't figuring out the zone that's being run very well, and I mean, Northwest is just putting it to them right now. I mean, I'm not going to say I called it, but I called this nail biter.
As the game with the Vikings up 37-34 and the Cougars having the ball coming out of the break, I believe that they're going to try to hit the ball down to Kennedy Taylor and get her to impact this game as much as she can.
I think Kennedy is very well at passing down in the post. So I could see them feeding it into her and passing it back out to Erica for some good 3-point looks.
As we get ready to go here out of the break. As for the Cougars, you'll have Kylie Dunn, Kennedy Taylor, Erica Ojeda, Sage Grampus, Tamara Harris Webster. Your normal lineup you'll see for the Cougars here. But West will come out with a smaller lineup and include Tatum Gray instead of Aiden, the senior here. Correction, junior. As Tamara Harris Webster will bring the ball up the court here. As Sage Grampus sits at the top of the key.
The ball is moved in and Tatum with the steal. She passes it to Cece.
As a passive shot there by Kylie Dunn leads to a steal for Tatum Gray. Their key moment in the game here for West.
Good ball movement here by the Lady Vikings.
As West is just going to move the ball around here. See if she can hold some time with their lead being 3.
Great pass, great court vision. Cece shoots the 3.
As the 3 is off, brought back down by Sage Grampus as they're going to move it out. So very dangerous cross-court pass there by Erica Ojeda.
Oh, hard foul.
As she was trying to go to Kennedy Taylor there, we're going to get a foul, I believe, on number 23, Tatum Gray.
By number 23, Tatum Gray. That's her second. 5th on the team.
As there seems to be a hit the weight room chant by the West Vikings student section. As the ball rims out for Kennedy Taylor, Cece pushes it up the court and slows it down right at half.
As the Cougars not able to convert there, which will lead to
just a miss.
There's a missed shot there by Tatum Gray. Rebound by Kennedy Taylor. Pushed ahead to Kylie Dunn. As Kylie finishes to cut the lead to 1 with 1:20 remaining. As Trevor said before, this is a nail biter, folks.
Wow, it is getting loud in here.
Timeout, Shawnee Mission West. It's a full timeout.
As some rumbling and jumbling on both sides of the rim right there. As Northwest is able to come up with it. And a strong finish by Kylie Dunn there. Cut the lead to 1. With West having the ball coming out of this timeout. With 1:23 remaining, a lot can happen, folks.
I'm not playing the game, and I'm nervous. This is a great game. Something I've always almost noticed and always talked about is that Shawnee Mission West cheerleaders are wearing a gold uniform, and I'm wondering if Shawnee Mission West basketball could maybe put in a gold uniform, something different.
I do agree, the same uniforms, home and away, get a little boring. Maybe some alternates sprinkled in there. As coming out of this break, what do you want to see from West?
Excuse me, one more time.
Coming out of the break, what do you want to see from Shawnee Mission West?
Shawnee Mission West, I believe that they need to work the ball down low and get some high percentage shots. As they have the lead, I mean, this is a time where somebody could take over and show, you know, why she's said to be one of the top freshmen in the nation.
As right now, West will try to work it down. Kennedy Taylor with some great defense there, doing it without the foul.
As it's said to be tipped by Northwest.
As it will stay with West ball with exactly a minute remaining on the clock here. There's a far pass out there for West.
As a half-court press begins to be a major part of Shawnee Mission West is trying to run out the clock.
As this game has left me rather speechless in how nervous it is making me. As again, the shot clock here would have made a big difference as we're going to get a foul here because of the lack of one.
Fouls number 20.
As the Cougars, that is their 5th foul and their 4th on number 20 tomorrow.
Timeout, Shawnee Mission Northwest. It's a full
As
timeout.
each team has a couple fouls to give here, with the Vikings leading by 1 and having the possession.
If I could check my pulse right now, it'd be pretty high.
I would have to agree, mine also. Might need to go see a cardiologist after this game.
Northwest seems to have a very big cheer squad compared to the Shawnee Mission West.
Yes, as our cheerleaders just got back from Cheers Nationals in Dallas, Texas, I believe we have 3 or 4 different teams. As coming out of the timeout here, Shawnee Mission West.
This is what I call clutch time, crunch time, whatever you want to call it.
You know how you eat the Frosted Flakes without the milk? You know, that type of crunch? This is what this is.
Yes, for sure. Maybe even some Fruity Pebbles. Those are always just quite crunchy.
I'm more of a Cocoa Pebbles man myself, but let's see how this game plays out.
As a foul, as a body check against number 11, Kylie Dunn.
As an immediate foul there.
Fouls on number 11, Kylie Dunn. That's her first. 6 on the team.
As you're going to see an inbounds here by West, and you're going to get an off-the-ball foul here to keep the time from remaining, as you're going to get it on number 11.
Fouls on number 11, Kylie Dunn. That's her second. 7 on the team.
As Maya Nichols, a freshman, goes to the line. Would be very big if somebody made both of these free throws.
As if you're a Northwest fan, you're begging she missed at least one. Maybe if she can miss both, but I doubt it, being the junior NBA and the strength of player she is.
As the first one is knocked down.
The all-important first one right there to stretch it to 2. But with Northwest being such a 3-dominated shooting team, I believe 2 points isn't going to be enough here for the Vikings. They want to secure a win.
The second one is made also, which is big time as Shawnee Mission West comes out. And Shawnee Mission Northwest is bringing the ball down in a 1-score game.
As you're going to have 19 seconds remaining here, as Northwest desperately needs some points. I'd say not a 3, just a 2.
And the
as a Kenny Taylor turnaround.
And blocked again. Wow.
As Tay and Gray stepping up her defense right there to send back Kenny Taylor's shot twice. So we're going to get a foul with West up by 3 and 7 seconds remaining on the clock there.
As we said at the beginning of this game, I mean, height is played a factor. Shawnee Mission West has really used height to its advantage, especially with Kennedy being out in foul trouble.
So you're going to have 7 seconds remaining. It's going to be the All-Star Smile Nicholas again here. See if she can make this 2-possession game, and she does.
Well, having the killer instincts that she has as a freshman, who knows where she could be in a few years.
As this stretches it to 5, basically seals the game here for the Cougars.
And she makes it.
7 seconds remaining. The Cougars will just try to throw up a 3 here.
As a foul is called against number 15, Ashland Henry.
As I think that's a good strategy by Shawnee Mission West. Northwest being the free shooting team they are, you're going to just waste time, make them go inbound it again, and just try to make the seconds tick off the clock. As with that sounding buzzer, Shawnee Mission West Vikings win 41-36. Trevor, can you give me a little insight on what led West to the victory that they just secured?
I mean, Kennedy Taylor being out was a big factor, I think, for Shawnee Mission West. It really opened up the floor and allowed them to get inside. I mean, they didn't shoot the ball as well as they have all year, but I mean, when they got down inside, Kiera Prim was a major factor tonight. She just out-rebounded and out-hustled most of the people on the Shawnee Mission Northwest team.
As we're going to throw it to our sideline reporter, Andrew Braun, and the winning coach.
All right, with me here, I have Coach Rabbit. Coach Rabbit, how do you think you guys played? Coach Rabbit, how do you think you guys played?
I thought, we told the kids before the game, this team's got 15 wins. You're going to have to knock them out. You can't play well for part of the game and expect to win. You got to knock them out. You can't relax. And I think we had one possession in the fourth quarter where we stood straight up and relaxed and gave up a bucket. But outside of that, I think we played pretty much perfect when it came to being relentless and not relaxing one bit. So I'm very proud of our girls.
Yes, impressing to 10-5 is very nice against the Cougars. Your defense was very impressive in the second half. Displayed great defense. What can you say about your defense the second half?
Well, I can tell you that the first 5 games of the season, we couldn't play a lick of defense, and I was worried about how we were going to beat anybody. And to be honest, they've really grown into a pretty solid defensive team. And a lot of that is just effort and desire, and our kids have it. So do the Northwest girls. That's a really good team, one that nobody's probably going to want to play in the postseason. So it took a great effort from us, but to beat a really good team, but we're real proud of our kids.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
And that will be the girls' game. Throwing it back to Michael and Trevor in the studio.
Thank you, Andrew, for that great insight from Coach Rabbit and for his girls who just secured a victory. As the Lady Cougars will fall to 14-3 here, a 2-game losing streak. Their 3 losses all coming in the last 2 weeks of the game. You have to see, has something changed for Coach Stewart, or is it just the fact that Kennedy Taylor's fast foul trouble is really what has put the Cougars in this 2-game skid they're on and the 3-game hole they're in?
I doubt this is the last time they meet, Michael. I mean, there's no way they don't meet later on in the tournament. It's the 2 best teams in the Shawnee Mission School District and probably the Sunflower League. This was just a great all-around game.
So a great game here. If you guys are just joining us, we're going to be covering the boys basketball game in around 17 minutes, which is sure to be another great nail-biting game as both teams have similar, almost identical records and play in the same style, not having huge height, but really having superior guard play. Thank you for tuning in. Again, I'm Michael.
And I'm Trevor.
Thank you for joining in. Stay tuned for the boys game. We're going to take a little break. Thank you.
Ramses. And for your Vikings, number 23.